My brother says I brainwashed his children, that I've poisoned them against him. But when Jonah asked me if I was his new dad, I realized the truth was even darker than I thought. When my dad called and said he'd booked me a flight home to reconnect with the family, I should have known something was off. We hadn't had a real conversation in years, our relationship was more like strangers who shared a last name. So, naturally, I thought it was serious. Maybe someone was sick. Maybe worse. But when I landed, instead of heartfelt hugs or even small talk, my brother shoved a diaper bag into my hands before I'd even set my suitcase down. "We're off to Europe," he said casually, like it was the most normal thing in the world. "Just stay with them." I blinked at him. Them? The answer was right there in the back of the minivan, 3 kids, staring at me with tired, curious eyes. Ellie, Jonah, and little Sophie. The youngest had a smear of dried cereal on her cheek. My brother didn't wait for me to agree. He just loaded his suitcases in the car with his girlfriend and looked ready for Tuscany, not fatherhood. No explanation. No heads up. Just the assumption that I'd morph into their babysitter while he played tourist across the ocean. And my parents? They waved him off like proud handlers at an airport gate, not even glancing at me. No one told me why the kids weren't going, how long I'd be stuck, or even asked if I was okay with it. That first night, I sat in the living room, watching a movie with the kids while secretly texting a friend, "You won't believe this insane ambush I just walked into." Jonah fell asleep on my shoulder. His tiny weight, his quiet trust, that's when it clicked. This wasn't about me reconnecting with family. This was about them dumping responsibility on me. The next morning, I stumbled across a folder shoved in the kitchen drawer, travel itinerary, Europe trip. 2 weeks in Italy. Hotels, rental cars, dinner reservations, printed photos of the Colosseum. They'd planned this for months. Tucked in the back was a crumpled envelope. Addressed to my brother. At first, I thought about tossing it, but curiosity got the better of me. It was a letter. 6 months old. From his ex-wife, Kelly. Her words stopped me cold. She wrote about missing the kids. About living with her mom in the same town, trying to get her life back together. She admitted she couldn't afford a lawyer to fight him in court. She hadn't seen them in months because he refused to let her. She begged, to let her at least talk to them. It hit me like a brick to the chest. By the second day of their dream trip, while they were sipping wine in Rome, I was quietly packing bags. The kids were playing with blocks on the carpet, giggling like they didn't know the world had been rearranged. I didn't leave a note. I didn't send a warning. I just loaded them into the rental car and drove. 4 hours later, I pulled into the town she'd mentioned in the letter. I didn't know if she was still there, but something told me she hadn't moved far. One quick question at a grocery store, and someone remembered her name. When Kelly opened the door and saw her kids standing there, she froze. Her face went pale, then she dropped to her knees and pulled them into her arms, one by one. Her mom stood behind her, covering her mouth with both hands. That night, I slept on their couch. The kids curled up in sleeping bags, smiling in a way I hadn't seen since I got off that plane. Around midnight, I finally texted my brother. "They're with their mother now. I'm staying here until you get back. Don't call me." And that's when the real panic began. He did call anyway. Over and over again. My phone buzzed so much it felt like it was about to melt in my hand. First my brother, then my parent,